I got booked to go do this youth group show. I got paid a couple grand to go do this conference. I got paid this. I got paid that. The ceiling keeps people comfortable.
Ruslan.
Into that, guys, my name is Ruslan, and this channel exists to encourage you to mastermind your business the master's way. All right, now let's get into the video. The barrier to entry within Christian hip hop is so low, and it's so easy to get started that a kid can get started and actually hit a ceiling of, I'm on Rapzilla, I'm on these 5 Christian rap playlists on Spotify that are Spotify editorials, and then the ceiling to, I got booked to go do this youth group show. I got paid a couple grand to go do this conference. I got paid this. I got paid that. The ceiling keeps people comfortable.
Of course.
And so what happens is then people have zero ambition, godly ambition, to go beyond that. So I look at it like this. I look at it like, if I want to know people who are having healthy marriages and staying married for decades and decades, I have to go look at those outliers. If I want to know people who are shredded and have abs and are staying in great shape, I got to go into their 40s and 50s. I got to go study those outliers. Within music, there are people right now who are making amazing multi-6-figure livings, independent, off of their phone and in the living room.
Yeah.
And no one's willing to do what Caleb's willing to do. And I'm speaking on a very, I don't care who feels a way about it. Yeah. Most of Christian rappers are not willing to do what Caleb's willing to do, what Kyron the Light's willing to do, to consistently hack away at short form videos, make good music, release a lot of it, make good content, make content around it, make a lot of it, and keep making it. Most people aren't. So they're like, yo, I got on this playlist. I made 2 bands last month playing this youth
I'm
group.
good.
I'm chilling. And in the secular, to get to $2 grand a month is way harder to get to $2 grand a month in the Christian. It's way harder to make to make that kind of money. So I don't think it's a lack of platforms. I think it's a lack of godly ambition because they get comfortable, they hit that ceiling, and they really don't want to do the work. I mean, I'm talking like, how many Christian rappers consistently make short form vertical content? We can name them on our hand. Caleb, Hovey,
Alex,
Kyron the Light,
Venice.
Okay, who else?
You know what that is?
I don't know what it is.
It's okay because there's artists that do it. Again, they just ain't cracking the code like a lot of people. So
we've named 5.
Yeah, I got other people. Walker Man. There is Isaac Mansfield.
Is it converting?
No.
Okay.
Now that's the thing.
So why do you think a Caleb converts? Why do you think a Hovey converts? Meaning by convert, I mean they're making interesting viral videos that are getting people over to their Spotify.
The biggest thing I feel like for them is they educate themselves. They definitely apply what they learn. And I agree. I feel like work ethic is still the main factor. Work works. And a lot of these artists think and they perceive that, okay, after a few placements, like I've made it and I'm good. The side that I feel like there's still a buffer in the secular space. Like I've met people in the underground that do it full time and stuff because, again, the platforms. And I feel like work across the board in the Christian space, not just Christian hip hop. I'm talking about platforms. Like you're like the anomaly when it comes to even the podcasting. I believe there's still a lot of work to be done with podcasts. There's still a lot of work to be done with vlogs. There's still a lot of work to be done, especially with events. If people put the effort with hosting events, if we could actually have a good concert for once, it would actually help the artist just as much as anything else. A good playlist.
I hear you. I just think the artists aren't driving the attention to the concerts that creates the opportunity to create a good event. Like it can't be your job to throw a festival with 5,000 people if there's not artists in Christian hip hop that can draw 5,000 people outside of Lecrae and maybe an Andy.
Yeah.
Like that can't be on you to be like, hey man, I know you're doing Joyful Noise, y'all getting 300 people, but like what we really need is our own festivals.
Or if you look at
like no one's selling the tickets.
If you look at the stories of the Rolling Louds, you know, starting in a small, well, they're small, but they're big parties. Right. Obviously, we are catching up in a lot of ways. That's one thing I'm reminded. Like I'm no pioneer. Like I'm pioneering in some sense, but like I'm really just catching up to regular events. I'm really just trying to set the standard. But biblically it's a body. Like artists can't grow without the help of these other people. They're also not I can't say there's not a lot of people reaching out to help these guys. So a lot of these artists that are coming up in the secular space, which I remember, they're getting a arm from one of their bigger homies. You know, when you look at the Young Thugs, the Futures, Lil Baby and all of them are raised up through these artists' mentorship and their
the
labels.
cosign means,
Yeah, the cosigns.
I hear you.
And I think, unfortunately, within the Christian space, a lot of the OGs, I ain't gonna say they just fell off and disappeared, but there's not as much of a communal effort when it comes to helping these artists take off.
I think that's fair. And they all started their own labels and want to monetize the artists. to help.
Everybody gets signed, and then that becomes a whole nother business that people are jumping into that don't understand, and now they're under this label. And while the artist is trying to figure out how to run a label, the younger artist is waiting for the next go. And it's a very I think right now the system or our infrastructure is just not working right now, and this next generation is coming in. Like, that's what I witnessed with Caleb. He figured it out, but again, we know his character. Like, he's confident. He's gonna figure out whether nobody believes in it or not.
Well, and he's a workhorse.
He's a workhorse.
He's really intelligent,
and that's good.
And he's resilient, and he's gonna. But I'm saying, but here's the punchline. Those are the attributes of any successful entrepreneur. So we can't be like, oh well, Caleb's the anomaly. No, Caleb is a real creative entrepreneur.
The thing is, when you look at, biblical principles is like seeds, like people that bear fruit, that fruit has seeds in it, and it's going to bear more fruit. What came out of Caleb, Alex Jean, was also like a follow-up because I was there. And actually what came out of Caleb was me too, to an extent, because I was DJing, but I wasn't overtly Christian when I DJ. And he said, if you stamp this joint and just stand behind it and actually push Christian artists, you're literally going to be the only DJ doing that. So therefore, everybody's going to be looking to you for the next step. And then I could say that's a prophecy in a sense, because 2 years later, I'm doing that. Like, I am kind of the go-to person for up-and-coming artists, for mentorship, for encouragement, because I've created a platform for that.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. And again, I think that's the practical side of what you're doing is helpful for that. I always sit back and look at Christian hip-hop and I go, there's one side of it where it's like the Eminem Syndrome, like Eminem being the first white rapper to break through, had to be nice, like he had to be good, and I feel like Christian hip hop, like because it's Jesus, it has to be good, right? So I think a lot of Christian hip hop, in my opinion, is better than secular hip hop. Just from a sheer, I'm representing God, so I got to represent God properly, but I'm also gonna get looked at sideways because people gonna say this Christian rap and they don't know a Lecrae or they don't know anybody else. So I feel like there's also the quality of it, but I just, my frustration has always been, we would do Fan Love Fridays where I would review music. And bro, it got to a point where like everything was fire, like everything was good. We finally, Ray Rock would come in, we'd give him the tips, and these kids would get better, and they'd be like, all right, cool, y'all are dope now. Whether it's the technology makes it easier to make music now or whatever, fill in a blank, more YouTube tutorials on how to get, whatever it is. You guys are good now. Now let's pivot and let's study what Nick D is doing. Let's study what Paul is doing. Let's study what they're doing, and y'all got to go do that and build your audiences. And no one wanted to do that. And that's literally why I stopped doing music reviews. Because I'm like, I can't sit here and listen to a bunch of fire music
Trust me,
that you're
exhausting.
too lazy to put out there because you don't want to figure out how to hack vertical videos. You know?
I think the thing that makes it hard to like be fully convinced by that is because I've seen very lackluster artists in the secular space take off because of the systems in place.
Like, but like, I don't know if I agree with that.
Man, if you look at
independently, artists take off because I don't think a Drake cosign means what it meant 5 years ago.
I think the concept of independence is a whole nother thing, because independent artists, we're just now revealing that a lot of artists aren't independent. They put the guise of independence, and then they have some, booking agent or somebody that's
agency behind them.
There's marketing. There's like 300 ENT that I forget their name, but they
Empire Records be behind a lot of stuff.
There's so much within, we learn behind the scenes that actually pushes the independent artists. That's why I enjoy seeing LaRussell, not just because he's from my city, but he's really showing every day, like him being independent and how he shows it shows how much hard work it is. You are a CEO to an enterprise. Even seeing you with your team, a lot of people aren't able to see that just through social media. So everybody's saying everybody's being misled in a lot of ways, where they say, I want to be independent. I agree, like there's still a work ethic, education factor behind it. I still want to call higher the other key players to the music industry that actually help independent artists for the Christian side. I'm grateful that Proper XL is popping out. Soul CHH that are doing commentaries. There's people that are actually doing these other parts that are getting out the word, and me included, like doing these Christian clubs, being able to present these songs, giving them content in real time that they can use and say, man, I performed at Joyful Noise, and those videos are blowing up, and it's moving their song forward because they're seeing crowds engage.
Thank you so much for watching that video. Guys, I believe that one of the best ways you can build a business is by first building a platform online. So Zach Sparazzo puts together a free training for you on the #1 metric you can be looking for to explode your YouTube platform. Click the link in the pinned comment below so you can start that now. All right? I'll see you over there. Peace.